we have a topic for today.
Yeah, I guess we do.
We do.
I
know it's tough that Charlie Kirk recently assassinated. That's huge.
Very much so.
But our patrons have given us a topic for the week.
Oh man, is it that?
This week?
Damn it.
That's this week.
Dude, for a second I was like, fuck yeah. I hope it's the dumbest topic ever. I was like, fuck.
Well, no. They didn't pick Charlie Kirk.
Oh, they didn't?
They didn't pick
Thank
Charlie Kirk.
God.
No.
Great.
No, today we're talking about mysteries.
Mysteries.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like it too.
I like that.
Dude, the first thing I thought of when I saw the word mysteries was remember that show The Pickup Artist?
Yes.
And the lead character of that show that was showing everybody how to pick up
women. Yeah.
Remember his name?
No. What was his name?
Mystery. His name was Mystery.
Yeah, he was a pickup artist. And women were like, why am I so tired? Like, it's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
I don't know.
Keep drinking this.
How did I get in this bed? It's mysterious.
Trying to figure out that mystery made you thirsty.
No one's ever going to believe you. It's a mystery. Yeah, that's the last thing you want is a pickup artist named Mystery.
I mean, but that's who he was. Dude, and it's like those guys, like guys that attempt to have a personality that revolves around them being mysterious, are the most unbearable humans on earth.
Straight up.
They're like kryptonite to men. Like men hate it. Like and women are like slightly intrigued.
But I think that is like it's kind of waning right now.
Like mysterious men.
Mysterious men. The interest I think from women is it's kind of waning because women don't want mystery right now. I think a lot of women want to know exactly where you stand. I think they want to know, like, what is your view on this? How do you feel about this? Tell me if you're fighting for this. I want to know what this is. I don't think a lot of women now want, like, it's just like I keep to myself and I'm very well read. Like I think people find that a little bit like, whoa, that's weird.
Yeah, women are sick of this.
Very. That's
stop wearing mascara.
Yeah,
gentlemen.
Nobody wants that. No one wants Chris Angel anymore. No one wants a mind freak.
So that is the closest to tolerable of a mysterious man that men can have.
Is Chris Angel?
Chris Angel and David Blaine.
All right.
You have to have.
Well, because you also have to put when I think of mystery, like a mysterious man, it's like somebody who's just like, kind of looks like they spend too much time at a Renaissance fair.
Yes.
But like the thing with Chris Angel is here's what makes Chris Angel and David Blaine tolerable. Mm-hmm. Sure, they're mysterious and sure they're douches.
Yeah.
But they might die. That's the thing. When you're like, this guy's so fucking annoying. He's like, I'm actually going to put myself in an ice cube for 24 hours. You're like, you know what? You might fucking die.
Because there has to be something about you that is undeniably masculine.
What is undeniably masculine about Chris Angel?
Dude, he caught an arrow. He did a stunt where he caught an arrow in his hand. Was
that a real arrow? Was that a mind freak?
It doesn't matter if it was a mind freak or a real arrow.
No, it matters.
I saw him do it. Do you know what I mean?
Don't get turned on by Chris Angel.
Dude, I'm not. I don't get turned on. I get turned up.
You get, dude. Look.
That turned me up.
I would be turned up. No shit. If any of my if I saw someone catch an arrow in their hand. Yeah, I'd be like, yo, that's sick. But if a magician is doing it, well, I'll put it to you like this: if I saw you catch an arrow in your hand, I'm not a magician.
But no, I'd be like, oh shit, Shayna, that was sick. How did you do that? And if you were like, I don't know how I did it, I'd be like, oh, never mind.
See, that's
never mind.
Exactly. If you see me catch an arrow in my head, I'm like, holy shit, I got fucking. Dude.
Oh fuck.
No, honestly, I will say this: if someone was trying to shoot me with an arrow. Mm-hmm. And I did catch it. For a second, I'd be like, "Oh man, someone's trying to kill me," and then I'd be like, "I gotta either get away or try and kill them." However, if it was a stunt, and I caught the arrow, the first thing I would do is I'd look around, and see if any chicks were watching, and then I'd be like, I don't know how. It's just like it's all in the reflexes.
Yeah, I don't know what it is,
but
man.
if it honestly was my boys,
I woke up like this.
If it was my boys around me, I'd be like, yo, did you fucking see that? Did you see that?
Yeah.
That is amazing. I'd be pumped, but then I'd also be like, yo, let's see if you can do this.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can catch this fucking
it would be like those Dude Perfect videos where everybody's like
Yes.
losing their shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Catching an arrow with your boys is the same thing of taking a ping pong ball and bouncing it from one thing to another to get it.
I think I would have the same reaction if you caught it or if it just like pierced your cheek.
Yeah, see, that's another
thing. Shit, that was sick.
No, don't get me wrong. If I was shot in the face with an arrow and lived, I'd be like, yo, how fucking awesome.
How awesome is this?
Yo, dude, I fucking lived. I was shot in the face with an arrow. That's pretty fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, coolest shit I've ever
No, I honestly, I think my first thought would be, because right now, we're so conditioned to live in the digital age. But even if we weren't living in the digital age,
you take a selfie immediately.
Oh my dude, if I got hit in the face with an arrow and I'm alive, I'd be like, get a Polaroid. If we were in the 70s, I'd be like, yo, somebody get a Polaroid.
Yeah.
Someone take a picture of
this.
this.
Somebody paint this.
You think William Tell's like, yo, somebody real quick. Somebody, please.
Quick.
Capture the moment.
Yeah. Go find a local portraitist.
Running around. Someone's very quickly like sketching in the dirt. Like I remember the whole fucking method. It was
it's
fucking.
Like, you're a painter, right? I paint houses.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what you want me to do here.
He's walking around with a stick like you see it's capture.
Yeah. Are you a painter?
So do it real quick before I lose consciousness, please.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be. I think that would be. But that's what I'm saying. So then I can let you have some mysterious personality as a guy if you can do cool shit like that. And by the way, he did actually catch an arrow. He trained to actually time the release and the catching of an arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
But that almost makes it even dorkier.
Because he trained.
Like he dedicated his life.
Doing it just like snatching it out of the air. Like that's badass.
Yeah.
But training to catch an arrow, then again, and I'm not equating it. Mm-hmm. You train
for sure
to possibly, if you are in a situation, to get out of the situation.
Yeah.
In his defense, he is a magician.
Mm-hmm.
It is his livelihood to do kind of ridiculous shit.
But it's the same thing for me though. Like if I was in Walmart and somebody was acting out of pocket and I had to like take them down and restrain them.
Sure.
People in Walmart would be like, "Oh my God, that's so cool. Look what that guy did." And then you'd be like, "Well, he's actually a trained martial artist." People are like, "Oh, okay."
No, I would kind of be like, "Yo, I'm glad that guy was walking around.
Glad he was here."
That's what my first thought would be like. No, sure, but I'd be like, I don't know. The way I kind of look at it, and it's not even training. Like, I am amazed by the instinct of people to get involved in something to prevent something. So it's like that still doesn't like. And they're like, he was trained. I'm like, no, I'm glad he had the gumption to do. It's like I'm still blown away when I watch a crocodile jump out of the water and like take an animal 2 times its size back into the water. I'm kind of like, even though that's just like, that's what the crocodile does.
That's what it does. That's what it's trained to do.
It's trained to do that. That's millions of years of instinct. It's like, I'm still impressed by that.
But there's no...
And I'm glad it's there because gazelles are dicks.
There's no additional stigma to crocodiling, right? For example, like if you saw me jujitsu somebody down and you were like...
I think a lot of people are like, yo, get these fucking gators
Get these
out.
gators out of here, right?
Gators out.
Like, get these gators... Like, because, or like at first... You see me do it, and you don't know that I'm trained.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that guy, that good Samaritan stepped up and did something. And then you find out that I was trained. Then you'll start going back through your mind with what you just saw. Like, oh, yeah, that was gay. Oh, yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know if I would. I kind of don't know if I would. I think it also depends on the situation. Like, grappling somebody, taking them down, and doing it, I'd be like, yo...
Wait, doing it?
And doing it?
If your name's
grappling
them, took them down, and
mystery,
and dude it to them.
If you're being the pick up and slam down artist, if that's what you're fucking doing. But I think if I saw somebody, subdue somebody who is causing a problem, I'd be like, yo, that was great that they did such a thing. And if someone was like, yeah, but he's trained to do that, I'd be like, yeah, who gives a fuck? He stopped the problem. However, I think in that situation, I'd just be like, yeah, he was trained to do that. But I guess to your point, if I saw someone do something almost borderline miraculous, I would be I don't think I would think it would be gay. Like if I was in a situation where there's like someone shooting into a crowd.
Yeah.
And then like you dive out of the way and someone somehow catches a bullet.
Yeah.
For a second, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? That was amazing. You did, but then if he was like, I've been training all my life for this, I'm like, well, you're actually a nut. I wouldn't think it was. I wouldn't think it was gay. I'd be like, yo, that person's legitimately insane.
Yeah, they have like multiple holes in their hands.
Exactly. Be like, I'm just glad this is the right place, right time.
Yeah,
finally.
This is actually dark,
dude. It's got to be like, say you're training your whole life to like catch a bullet. You're like, you're not telling anybody.
Yeah.
You're not telling your friend because they'd be like, you got to stop.
Yeah,
Stop it. You're going to fucking die. Yeah. But the guy who does catch it, and he's like, I think at that point in time, that's closed the book on your life's purpose. That's like, yo, dude, I just did the thing that I've been training my whole life to do.
You can also maintain a mysterious personality after the fact. Like you can catch an arrow and be like, got it. You know, or like you can even like catch it, flip it in your hand a couple times, put it in your pocket, and be like,
I mean, that would be, you know, it would be actually the sickest thing. You catch an arrow, and then out of your pocket, you throw an apple up, and you catch it, and then you bite into that, and then be like, whatever.
Dude,
that
beautiful.
That would be sick.
And that still kind of maintains a mystique to you.
Also, but here's the other thing with catching it. I also picture Chris Angel being in such where he catches the arrow. He's like, that's what I thought. Throwing the arrow down and having it bounce up and hit him in the neck.
Well, that happened to one of us.
I'd be like, that was sick. Yeah. I'd be like, it was crazy. He did catch an arrow, and then he tried to be cool.
Yeah.
Like if he was doing, that's where I think my disconnect would be. Like if he did something cool, I'd be like, whoa, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. But if he did something cool and it came back to bite him in the ass, all I would talk about was like, yo, what a retard.
Yo, that's just like when somebody does like a sick skateboard trick and they pick up their skateboard to cheer and they start running and trip and like fall with their skateboard. It's
the same thing with like early celebrations in sports.
Yeah.
You know, when you see like someone running a marathon, they're just like, fuck yeah, and then out of nowhere, the person they were never paying attention to is just like, oh, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That's the same thing to me.
So again, the same thing with a bullet. You catch a bullet, you can do cool shit with it afterwards. You know, you can like toss it up behind and catch it again. You know, but if you fought somebody and used jujitsu to fight it, afterwards, you don't really have a stand-in for like cool mystique. I mean, your shirt's all stretched out, you're sweating and panting, you can barely speak.
But that's where like words. I'm trying to think you know, this is what you do. Honestly, this is what you do with the cool mystique. Say you do apprehend somebody with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You get them down on the ground. Best case scenario, they go unconscious. You know, like if whatever you're doing. It wouldn't work if they weren't. But if they are unconscious, you stand over them and do this, like you're taking their soul out.
Okay.
And then you kind of stand there and like crush down, and then you walk away.
Yeah, but you gotta keep in mind you're doing this like smooth, like he'll crunch down and he'll be panting so hard.
Sure, yeah, you got, you know, but that's also like that just show. But like then you like just pulling the soul out of somebody. That would be,
you can rip a soul.
Yeah,
you can definitely rip a soul.
If you do the soul rip after you knock somebody unconscious, but and then leave. That's the most mysterious shit in the world.
You'll leave drenched in your own.
Sure.
It's like it's you can do cool things afterwards, but it will not look cool.
You also can't see it. That's the other thing with being mysterious. You can't do like, say you do the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You do the soul rip.
Yeah.
And everyone at the target is like, what? And then you leave, but then they see you get into your minivan. That's not mysterious anymore. That's not mysterious. You'd have to.
Carnival is basically like driving a spaceship. Dude, the in-dash display alone.
Said, did you see that mysterious man leaving his Kia Carnival? It just saw on the news like he was an enigma. You know, he showed up out of nowhere. He subdued him, and then he got over him, and he looked like he pulled. I think he pulled his saw out. Did you see him leave? Yes, he got in I believe it was a 2024 Kia Carnival.
2025, but
just be like that kind of.
And I'm pretty sure as he was driving by, he rolled down the window and said, "Well, the cruise control basically drives itself."
He actually, we saw him leave, and then he stopped at the longest drive-through at a Burger King. We saw him go through the drive-through at a Burger King. People would just be like, "It's the mystique is gone."
That's where I be.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
That's
where kings celebrate. After you gotta celebrate with the king, you go straight to the king. After you beat somebody up. For society, you get to use your martial arts for society.
No, dude.
Dude, that's the same thing you did when you won like games in Little League and shit. When you were in,
but that's not mysterious.
Yeah, but
you got to keep the mystery, dude.
Not only that, give me the crown. I'm wearing the crown.
Give me the paper crown. Now the mystery is like, wow. The mystery is how that guy tied his own shoes. He's clearly a retarded man.
Nah, man, dude. If you thwart some sort of like misdoing with martial arts in a public setting, you can wear the crown. The paper crown?
Yeah, you can wear the crown.
You should wear the crown.
But the mystery is gone because like today we live in a society where if you, again, jiu-jitsu, soul rip, mysterious, you leave, then you get in your Kia Carnival. Everyone's kind of like, all right, well, what's up with that? Then you go to Burger King and you wear the crown. Everyone's like, oh, my God, high-functioning autism. The mystery, they wouldn't see it as mysterious anymore.
Again, I'm not fighting for it. I've never been one of those people that adhered to mystery. Like, I'm not a mysterious guy.
No.
I'm almost the opposite of a mysterious guy.
Yeah.
I'm almost like, why did he say that guy? Why did he give me that much information about himself? I'm an I info dump.
Yeah.
I'm not a mysterious guy.
Yeah,
you know more than you want
I
to know.
know. I know.
Everybody knows more than they want to know
There's
about.
no mystery.
It's like, and that's when my mom left me to live with my grandmom, and then that was an abusive household, and then it was no, dude. I said nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, we wanted a little bit of mystery. I thought you were from parts unknown,
yeah, people
dude.
beg me for mystery. Please be mysterious.
What would you say is your favorite mystery? Like like if you were like, yo, let's watch, or if you were trying to expose somebody to your mysteries, what would be your favorite mystery?
Goodness gracious.
Are you a missing persons mystery? Are you a ancient like weird events mystery? Are you like a paranormal mystery guy?
I tend to err more on the side of past events.
Yeah. Those are great. Those are great mysteries.
Yeah, those are great.
Those are great mysteries.
Yeah, and so that tends to be. But I don't know if I have a favorite mystery. When I was thinking about this, when I saw what the topic was going to be, again, I'm so where I am as far as mystery is concerned.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought of was Mystery the Pickup Artist. Then the second thing I thought of was Enigma.
That is
another
terrible.
Yeah, so Enigma, for everybody that doesn't know, because nobody knows.
Here's the thing. I've talked about Enigma a whole bunch. If there are people who listen to this podcast and also the end, I'm sure some of them know who Enigma is.
Yeah, so I mean, not to get too much into him, because we basically just talked about him without talking about him,
without a doubt.
But Enigma is a mutual character that Ryan and I both know from early on when we started comedy in Philadelphia.
Yeah. It is crazy that you did. You know what's funny? You said character, and you didn't say like a guy we knew.
Mm-hmm.
You said character, and that is an excellent description.
Yeah.
He's like the first season of the show.
Yes.
He's like one guy that are like, remember that fucking who wrote him into that? They were still figuring out this show.
And the mystery, one of the mysteries around him too is like, how did he get written out?
Yeah, we'll never know.
He just suddenly wasn't there anymore.
That is a mystery. What happened to him?
Enigma was this bald white guy. He wore way too many leather clothes no matter the temperature.
Yeah.
he never looked.
He was always,
comfortable.
from what I remember, he was either wearing leather or he was always wearing a suit. He was constantly wearing a black suit all the time.
Yeah, and he had
sunglasses indoors like a fucking maniac.
I'm sorry. I remember the leather jacket.
The leather jacket,
over top
the gigantic leather jacket.
It was so big.
Yes,
and it was like that was a mystery too. It was like, this is a hand-me-down from like a larger man.
Didn't make sense.
Find this?
He was
like,
swimming
why
in
is
that
it
jacket.
so big?
Yeah.
Right, and then he would be downstairs at Raven. Raven was like a hot open mic on a Thursday night. Big, it was packed. It was our night. It was every week. Thursday night was the pinnacle of what we could do on stage.
Yes.
Right. So
it also had its own theme. Are you ready for some bullshit,
dude? Are you ready for some STDs?
I hope you got your tetanus shot lined up.
Are you ready for a DUI?
Watch out downstairs. There's a guy named Mystery putting things in drinks and someone's going to pass out and then we're not going to know what happened to them at the Raven.
Are you ready?
He looks, are you ready?
Yeah.
No.
So he would sit down. He would be downstairs, and he'd be doing like tarot card readings, and he would do all those different things. And I think he also did sleight of hand. He did
a little bit of close up magic.
Yeah, he was a Chris Angel in training, not a David Blaine.
Yeah,
he was a Chris Angel in training. For sure, he was a Chris Angel.
He was like a Christopher Angel. Dude, he was not. He was nowhere near Chris Angel training. Chris Angel, look again, love or hate Chris Angel. Chris Angel definitely dedicated his time and became a master craftsman in, the mystical arts. The Enigma loved blow and would do tarot card readings where he eventually was told he was complained about so much that he had to stop because he would do tarot card readings and everybody would get cancer.
Yeah.
And that was his thing.
Yeah.
If you got a tarot card reading from the Enigma, it's not any good for you. It's always like someone very close to you is going to die or you are getting terminal cancer at the end.
Yeah, I think he loved Coke more than the craft.
Yes. Yeah. I think that was tattooed on his stomach.
Yeah, Coke over craft.
Coke over craft, dude. Dude, there was one time I remember I wasn't there for the incident, but then I did hear about it next Thursday. Allegedly, he was in the back part of the Raven doing a tarot card reading. A lady, there's like college kids there, So he had told this woman that now keep in mind, I'll say this. He was on the money, allegedly on the money. Mm-hmm. He did say that she was somewhere like near a month pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Now, she was just out with her friends, maybe not drinking, but he did say I feel like, says like, I can feel like you're a new life. Like, something about her being a month pregnant.
He said some mysterious shit.
Some mysterious shit, but was right on the money.
Yeah.
Month pregnant. And then allegedly told her like she's going to lose the baby. Told her that she's going to have a miscarriage. And she freaked the fuck out, like flip shit. Like, you can't tell people, like, what are you fucking do? He's like, I'm just saying what the cards tell me. I'm just doing what the card,
He was like, I'm just following orders.
It was a 10 of cups. I can't.
Yeah.
You bitch, stay away from the cups. So, yeah, he was complained about that. And then I guess John Hunter, the guy who owned the Raven, exiled him. He made him leave.
Dude, imagine being a cokehead and getting punished by a bigger cokehead.
Dude, that's gotta be so hard.
That's demoralizing.
You have a problem, dude.
You need to chill.
And then just try and be like, well, the cards say, get the cards out of my face, man.
Yeah. Oh, I have an idea. How about we come up with a business where we help people do coke only a little bit? It's just like
responsible coke.
Yeah. You and I can do this. We can spearhead this.
You know what, Enigma? That's a great idea. I'm going to run with this, but get the fuck out of here right now, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a mysterious guy.
So he was a mystery. So because I feel like as far as mystery is concerned, I feel like you live your life in the shroud more than I do.
I would love to live in a shroud of mystery. That would be so sick. But my favorite mystery, I love one, not so much missing persons, but like, just almost like disappearances. Missing.
So a lot of the
missing
mysteries,
persons are like, oh, they went like disappearances are like the thing that
a lot of the mysteries in my family revolve around who's the father. A lot of like mysterious paternity issues.
I can't. Sidney, look. Unsolved mysteries with Robert Stack is not the same as Maury. With Maury, dude, you can't just equate the two. Dude.
Not only did we had an unsolved mysteries with Robert in my life.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so my dad's name is Robert.
Ah.
When he met my mom, she was also dating another guy named Robert. And he kind of pulled her away from him. And you know how women don't get snatched away cleanly.
Yeah.
It was like she was still kind of going back to the other Rob. And then my mom got pregnant.
Oh, no.
And then when I was born, it was known for a fact my father's name was Robert. But not which one.
She had to solve the cum mystery.
Yeah.
She became a Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. It was my version of the movie What About Bob?
Who the fuck's Bob?
Which Bob?
Which fucking Bob?
Which Bob? Which Bob?
So wait, did
I was bobbing for dads. My mom was bobbing for dads.
you would you say you got robbed of a father?
I definitely got robbed of one.
you got robbed.
I got a bob, but I was robbed.
Yeah, you also
I was bobbed and robbed. My dad. You want to know the craziest thing that my dad's annoyed about from that? Like this is like, I'm 40. This is like 46 years later technically. Like I'm 45.
Yeah.
So when he first started, when she was dating him, people would call them Rob and Rob because my mom's name is Robin.
Oh, man.
So people would call the previous Rob and my mom as a couple, they called them Rob and Rob. When my dad started dating her, they didn't call them Rob and Rob or Bob and Rob. They didn't get any like cool little nickname. And my dad's like, well, why didn't they call us Rob and Rob? I was Robert.
Wow.
We could have been Rob and Rob.
Did she give an explanation?
No, I mean, it wasn't her choice to make.
Oh, the people
decide. It's like and one mixtape.
When both of this, did they be like, which Rob's knob did you slob? Did they have to break it down? Like,
yeah, and they're like, get off the couch. Don't be a blob. Which Rob's knob did you slob?
I don't know. I mean, which Rob's knob did you slob? It's like, it's a great question. Like, which Rob's knob did you slob?
It is the age-old question.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. It's one of the most unanswered. It's a mystery.
It's a jizzery. It's a jizz mystery, dude. But one of my favorite things.
But by the way, that's why. Remember the paternity test I showed you?
Oh yeah.
That's why it happened. Because my dad is darker than my mom, like skin tone wise.
How mysterious! How mysterious!
Not yet, right? So it's about to get mysterious. So my mom's darker than my dad's darker than my mom.
Yeah.
And I'm lighter than my mom.
Oh no!
So they're both darker than me. However, the other Rob is a very light-skinned man. So my dad was like, that ain't my Bob. I didn't bob this. I'm pretty sure.
It wasn't my knob.
It wasn't my knob. This is not this Bob's knob.
I'm backing away from this.
Yeah. Bob, I'm taking my knob.
So when did the other Rob, was he like, it might be my baby, or was he?
I don't think that was happening. I don't think the other Rob was trying to take any accountability.
Wow, what a jerk!
I think he was right.
Yeah,
he was right.
I mean, if he knew in his heart of hearts, he's like, that's not my baby.
I mean, that was my mom's second kid. She had her first kid when she was like 16.
Yeah,
and that would have been her second
Yeah.
kid. Like you don't want like. Other Rob didn't want that.
No.
Light skin Rob didn't want that.
He did not.
Nah.
He had other things.
Rob Curry.
Light skin Rob. Light skin Rob and mysterious Rob.
Dude, my dad is mysterious.
He's so mysterious.
My dad is mysterious. It is the thing I hate about his personality the most.
Is his level of mystery?
He won't answer questions. So the other day I was talking to him on the phone, and I found out, one, that he was a paratrooper in the military,
Sick.
in the Army. Never knew that. Only have ever
Now,
known,
did you ever ask that, or was he just not
dude,
divulging that
he
information?
does not answer direct questions. If you ask him a direct question, he will change it in a way where he talks about something completely different. Ask me a direct question. I'm going to show you what my dad does.
Where'd you get those shoes?
See, everybody wants to talk about shoes, but the shoes ain't even as important as the socks are. The socks need to come up with a certain height. And if they don't come to a certain height, then when your pants and your socks meet, you're not going to have the proper ventilation. People think and then now we're talking about fucking ventilation. He does that every single time. So you can only get information from him if you just let him talk for a long time, and he himself just ends up on a subject that you want, and you can't ask any questions and hope he gives you the information that you want.
Wow.
It is, dude. It is.
I see why the paternity test was a must.
Well, if they would have let me.
Is this your kid? Well, the thing about kids.
Look about kids. They're baby goats. But
you're going to talk about the new generation.
If the crazy part is, I got the paternity test to happen when I was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
So by that time, I was old enough to be like my mom was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "The thing about birthdays." Like there was no paternity test needed. Like I was that man's son, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So you found out he was a paratrooper.
Yeah, and I also found out that I had no clue. This is. I can't wait to tell my brothers about this. But he was a bartender for years.
You know what's funny? You should have led with the bartender. The bartender, paratrooper, and paratrooper's way cooler than a bar. Well, you want to tell your brothers about a bartending job and not a paratrooper job.
But there's two other things. So he's also like a massive alcoholic. So that kind of like it makes you go, huh. That's it.
It turns out he wasn't even in the military. He was just a guy getting. He was just a drunk jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, he was a government issue drunk.
He had to think about being on his plane.
Yeah.
Sir, what are you doing here? Yeah. We're going to talk about aviation now? Yeah.
And the other day on the phone, he said he told me he loved me for the first time.
Whoa. How did you feel about that?
Dude, it made me laugh because
you know what? You know what? A man who's taken 45 years to tell his son that he loves you. He's like, you know what? I've actually thought about this for a while. Like, I've just never been able to get the words out. I know I'm like reserved with my emotions, and maybe you don't know anything about me. I used to be a paratrooper. It's like, but I gotta be honest with you, son. I love you, dude. And you're like, that's gotta be crushing. He's never opening up to anybody ever again.
It wasn't even like that. It was, dude, it's so crazy. So this is how it happened. So we're talking. We have this. Every time I talk to my dad, I cannot answer the phone if my dad calls unless I have 2 hours to kill.
Sure.
Like that has to be the case because he needs to talk forever. So at the end of this conversation, and my other brothers and sisters of his kids kind of got brought up towards the end of the conversation, and we're about to get off the phone, and he goes, I don't say this much, but I got to tell you. I love you guys. It wasn't even a direct "I love you" to me.
No,
right?
You're dude. He took a shotgun of love and he sprayed.
He did. He hit me with the spreader, right? So I started laughing. And I go, "Dad, did you just tell me you loved me?" And he goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa."
I was going to be like, if we're talking love,
right?
we're talking
and I go, Dad, it's okay. It's okay.
Nah, dude,
it's
fucked
okay.
This up.
You said you love me. It's okay. And he goes like, well, it's I just don't want people. And I was like, Dad, stop it. I'll say this for you. despite the fact that you don't say you love me, I have never doubted whether or not you love me. I've always believed you love me. And I know as the type of person you are, it would be hard for you to say that. I never expected to hear it. It just sounds funny coming out of your mouth. It's just like, it just doesn't sound, no. And I go like, dude, I go, Dad, that's the first time you ever told me you love me. And he goes, that's not true. I told you one other time.
One other time.
Now, I know exactly when that other time was.
Yeah, I was going to say, when was the other time?
So I go, but Dad, that's the thing, man. You can remember the one other time. I don't even remember that other time.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, because it was when you were a kid, so you don't remember it. And I remembered the whole entire time. I was like, Dad, you really want to count that? You really want to count that other time you told me you loved me? And he was like, I said it. So here's what it was. You ready for this? When I was hit by the car. He came to the hospital to visit me.
Hey, that's all right. All right.
Right?
All right.
So he's hanging out with me. So he gets there. My mom is there with a bunch of other family members for a long time. He gets there, and my mom's already about to leave, so she's leaving. And the nurse had just administered my IV to put me to sleep.
Yeah.
So my dad said, he was like, I'll just hang out with you until you fall asleep, and then I'll get out of here. And then we were talking, and as you're being drowsed out by some sort of like medicine, it's not easy to stay up. So my eyes were closed, but I was awake. But he thought I was asleep, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get out." You know, he's like whispering, "I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here." He starts to leave. I open my eyes as he's leaving. He stops in the doorway, doesn't even turn all the way around. He doesn't. He points at me. He points at me, and he goes, I love you. And then he opens his hand like he goes, I love you. And then walked out of the room. And he counts that as a time.
He was so afraid of a drugged up child getting out of bed. Yeah. He put his like, no.
Yeah.
Look, I know you have anesthesia in your body, but I don't
Dude,
just.
And I was in traction. My arm was up in traction, and my leg was up in traction. And he couldn't even. He didn't. Though it was like if I wasn't awake and I wasn't staring at him, if my ears weren't facing him, I would have never heard it.
That's so funny.
Like I like if I was like, even if I was like that awake but turned facing the other direction, I still wouldn't have heard it.
You know what? He made an effort, man.
So that was the other time he told me. So that was the two times in life. And the second, and this time wasn't even a direct "I love you."
No, it was
he
just
said, "I love
collective.
you guys." Right.
It was collective.
So then I was like, Dad, that is important, man. It feels good. It makes you feel good. Is like, how do you feel after you said that? How do you feel? And he goes, I feel the same way I felt the other day when I hugged your sister. I was like, wait a second, you're giving out hugs too? And it was like, yeah. I mean, I just stopped resisting when your sister tries to give me hugs when she leaves. And I go, Dad, but how does it feel? Like this is different.
Yeah.
How does it feel? You're telling people you love them. You're getting hugs. It's got to feel good, right? And he goes, no, Scotty, it feels weird. And I go,
yeah.
I was like, Dad, please tell me you're telling your other kids you love them. Please tell me. He's like, well, yeah. And I go, so I start going through the kids. I go, Dad, when was the last time?
Start going through the kids.
So I went to I was going to go. So I'm
on page 5.
Yeah, I'm the second oldest. So I was about to go to the oldest, the next oldest under me. The oldest above me is constantly in prison and stuff. He's never going to hear
hard to hear I love you. You're never hearing I love you.
I don't think this phone is working through the glass. I said it.
He's walking out.
Warden, get on. So I go, when was the last time you told Darius you loved him?
Yeah.
He goes, like 4 or 5 days ago. And I'm like, Dad, that's amazing. You told Darius you loved him 4 or 5 days ago? Like, how'd that happen? He goes, well,
I was drunk.
Well, he's always drunk. Yeah. He's drunk on the phone with me right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I go, that's awesome, man. How did that happen? And he goes, I didn't think you're going to ask that. And I'm like, right there, how did that happen? How did you tell your son you loved him? And he goes, well.
I didn't think you were going to ask that.
So he goes, the other day, so when I went to Vegas for the competition.
Yeah.
My brother, his wife is really pregnant. My brother's a pilot, and he couldn't really find time in his schedule to get up one last time before she's too pregnant for them to travel.
Gotcha. So
he came up while I was in Vegas, so I didn't get to see him. But he went to my dad's house. And he visited them. He had all my nephews and nieces and stuff. Yeah. And my dad said when him and his wife and family were leaving, as they were walking out the door, I said, I love you guys. So that's where he's at right now.
Yeah, he's at I love you. You're not look, Sidney, I don't want to be a jerk or anything. I think this is the best you're gonna get right now. I'm blown away that I even got this. I don't think you should be. I'm not saying you are.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should be hoping for an individual, personalized "I love you."
Dude, one time I was talking to my dad. This was like a couple years ago, and he was asking me something about the way me and Ansley lived, and I said something. He goes, "Huh, I respect that," and I was like, "My dad just said he respects me." I've never heard him. I've never heard him. It was the closest to like a
my dad
compliment.
said he respects me. Yeah, that's a good idea. My dad thinks I'm a genius.
Yeah.
My dad thinks I'm the smartest boy alive.
If my dad told me that was a good idea, he would be saying he thought I was a genius.
Wow, man.
Like that's the kind of he's mysterious.
I appreciate how shattered this relationship is.
It's not. It's like, dude, Ansley was like making these kind of jokes yesterday. And it's not that it's a shattered relationship, but I understand
who
I get
he
is,
yes,
and I grade him accordingly.
It's you're taking his actions and you're seeing not the actual actions. You understand the meaning behind it, whether or not he doesn't even understand the meaning.
So he's
not.
I get it. He's like, my dad is not raising me as Chris Angel, the guy that plays Chris Angel. He's raising me as like Chris Angel, the character Chris Angel.
Yes,
like he's the mysterious. Like the character Chris Angel doesn't tell his kids he loves them.
No.
Chris Angel, the real Chris Angel,
probably,
right?
Maybe,
but maybe.
I'd say
maybe.
Yeah, I think it is. That's great. I'm glad your dad is still growing after all these years.
It's crazy, right?
What an amazing
Good
thing.
for him.
You know,
like, could you? I just couldn't imagine what it would be like to be in my 70s and have that be the first time in my life that I allowed love in.
Yeah, but that's like, in a way, I'm kind of impressed with that. And also in the way that, like, yo, that's like someone really holding on to like a core male value.
You know,
like, in a way, I'm like, yo, that's actually pretty sick to see somebody doing it the old way. He's like the type of dude. I remember growing up with a kid whose dad never hugged him.
Yeah.
It was always handshakes.
That's
never a hug, always a handshake. And I was like, in my head, I was like, man, my dad hugs me all. Anytime my dad saw me, he'd hug me. Yeah. But I'm like, man, dude, handshake is sick.
So real quick, to the Patreon subscribers that picked mystery, I am not trying to hijack your topic right now, but I have to say this because it came up, right? So we're starting to talk about the hug thing. So Ansley was like, did any of it like bother you? Like, he hadn't been saying it up until this point? Does anything? So I was like, the only thing that bothers me about it is because I know my dad finds it so icky when men tell each other they love him. Yeah, I do it to fuck with him. Like when I go to visit my dad when we're leaving, I hug him because I know he hates it. Yeah. And he'll like pat me on the back. Like he'll try to pull away and pat me on. He taps out. He taps out of the hug.
I get it.
And so I only do it. So I was like, the only thing that really bothers me is that I can't fuck with him anymore by telling him I love him.
Yeah, I know.
You know, because like I would be like, we have to hang up the phone. I'm like, Dad, I love you. Like I say it like that. I go, I love you. I don't go, I love you. I go, I love you. And he goes, Scotty, damn it. Damn it, Scotty.
I mean, you're playing like, you're almost playing like gay chicken with him.
Yeah.
I get it. Dude, there was a time.
Wait.
Go.
So this is what I had to say, because you like with the hug thing and the handshake thing. So talking to my dad about the hug thing, and he's like, even when I was dating women back in the day, like I wouldn't hug them, they would hug me, and I would go limp and move away, right? So which tracked because my mom and my stepmom both say my dad had like zero intimacy.
Wow.
He said, and my dad said the only time I would hug a woman is if we were, having sex.
I was gonna say, it's like, and I fucked both your mom and your step in a different room. I was in a different. Now that's mysterious.
Yeah, it's mysterious.
I got her pregnant when she wasn't even paying attention.
And so,
mysterious.
So here's what I did to fuck with them. All right, so you're my dad, and you're gonna say the only time I ever hug a woman is when we're having sex, and I'm gonna say what I said.
The only time I ever hug a woman is when we're having sex.
Aww.
Aww.
That's sweet, Dad. All right, so we're talking about talking about hugs and stuff, and he goes, the only thing I've ever done is a handshake. Yeah. And I was like, Dad, not even like a fist bump or a high five? He was like, I don't touch high fives. Right? So I'm talking to him. So I'm like, Dad, what is wrong with high fives? Right? And this is when I got a little piece of history.
Here we go.
So my dad doesn't mess with high fives because
my dad doesn't mess. Dude, just hearing an older man be like, I don't fuck with high fives.
I don't fuck with them. Not my thing.
High fives.
Yo, get that new shit out of here.
Miss me with that shit.
Miss me with that high fives.
Miss me with that shit. High fives. Get the fuck out of here.
So here's why he doesn't fuck with high fives. So my dad graduated high school in 1968.
All right.
High fives weren't invented until 1977.
No way.
Dude, I didn't know it either. When my dad was telling, because I'm talking to my dad, I'm like, what do you mean you played sports? My dad was like a high level athlete. And like, Dad, you didn't give or receive high fives playing basketball? He's like, high fives weren't invented.
Okay, hold on. I'm not saying no, dude.
No, dude.
No, there was give me some skin. There was
it's gonna break your brain if you try to make this, dude. Because I was flipping out at my dad. I was like, this is not possible. This is not possible. So the only thing they did back then, they would either slap each other on the butt for a good job or smack each other on the shoulder. And some people would pat somebody on the head, but that was almost disrespectful. Like people didn't like
that. No shit.
Yeah, people didn't like that.
So crazy.
Yeah. Especially back then with like all the black afros and shit. That's like my dad would have had a handprint on his head.
Lopsided.
Yeah.
He's really killing it out there. I don't know what's going on with his head.
So it wasn't until in the late 70s when slapping hands started to become popular that the high five took off. That all kind of happened at the same time. And my dad was like, and then because for him it was like new shit, and he felt that high fives were too braggadocious. It was too showy. It was like, you need to act like you've been there before. High fives is like, dude, it's like bragging. Like we shouldn't be able to see your celebration like that.
I guess so.
And then he was like, then it got crazy, and then it was like a high five, and then people got like, give me low fives, and then people were and then they
started with these low fives, and then one time I decided I was going to do it, and someone said too slow, and I was like, fuck, dude, I swear to God, that's what happened. Yeah. He got too slow, and he was furious.
Well, that was my first brush with the law.
I shot that motherfucker on a too slow.
Yo,
fuck dude, you.
First of all, when Too Slow came out, the violence that probably erupted nationwide over getting too slowed.
I mean, yeah.
That probably was written into laws and places.
There had to have been.
If you too slow somebody, you kind of get what's coming to you.
You know what? I think you get one too slow. You get one. I think everyone gets one.
Yeah.
But like, I knew dudes who would too slow everybody, and people would be like, what the fuck? Again?
Yes.
How's the joke? But then again, it's like, joke's on you, man. You're still trying to low five somebody.
We needed to be able to de-escalate the consequences of too slow, and that's when we invented just kidding.
Oh yeah.
So it was like too slow. Oh, just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was joking. I was joking with you, man.
My bad, dude.
no, we're good. So, but then my dad goes, oh, and then they started doing this thing where they would purposely miss each other's hands and then come back
around. Yes. I remember those.
So I was like, Dad, you lived during the and one mixtape era of high five.
Yeah.
You were like when you first time you saw a high five, you were like, that's not legal. That's not legal.
Dude, I will say the thing with high fiving, it's crazy. I think, look, I'm not saying that high fives weren't invented in the 70s, which, again,
he was 27 when it came out.
He
was 27
crazy.
when high fives came out.
But it's crazy to think like, yeah, I mean, there had to have been a time when high fives were non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But it is crazy to think that, like, even in the 1970s, and I think in the 90s, that was the golden era of high fives.
Yeah.
I think it was the goal. Because you also had the freeze framing high five, the jumping high five. Dude, it's like, come on.
And then it got retroactively put in movies.
Yes.
Like, it would get put in movies that were set in times previous than when they came out.
See, I almost said that
your brain.
When you were talking about, like, it was like, are you trying to say movies lied to me? Are you trying to tell me movies lied to me?
Movies have lied to us.
I don't want to believe.
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
That sucks.
That's a mystery. That was a mystery solved.
I will say, though, there was, what the fuck? I can't remember what movie it was. It was like a fucking, almost like a borderline Tubi movie.
Yeah.
But it took place during World War II. And a bunch of dudes like shot up these like fucking Nazis, and then they're running through Berlin, but they stopped like, all right, man, yeah. The guy, I'm like,
yeah.
That's the only time I'm like, there were no high fives in the 40s.
There were no high fives.
There was high fives, but there was no high fives.
Yeah. So the modern high five started in 1977 when Glenn Burke of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So Glenn Burke of the Los Angeles Dodgers spontaneously raised his hand to celebrate his teammate Dusty Baker's home run, and Baker slapped his hand in response. So it was like a white guy and a black guy trying to do a handshake. And they ended up high-fiving. That was the first, That was the first time a black guy and a white guy came together in celebration.
I didn't know shit. Yeah. No, thank you for that.
Yo, high five is racial harmony.
What a fucking wild fucking thing.
Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts.
I found that out because my dad told me he loved me.
You know what's even crazier is that I'm pretty sure the white dude who did it after he's like, I didn't know if we were doing a thing. I didn't know what you were doing. I'm sorry. It's like, it took off. We did that. Let's just do that forever now.
Yeah.
That's fucking fun.
Now, so the Patreon subscribers don't want to murder me.
Sure.
What is your favorite mystery?
So it comes down to two. Honestly, one of my favorite. I actually have to. I'll start talking about the first one. My first favorite mystery from the jump, but it sucks now because It sucks when mysteries get solved. That's the worst part. Is like now we're living in an age where like, everything will be figured out. So like when you find a mystery that's still like we just don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But like for the longest time, my favorite mystery because I wanted to eventually find out. I think that's what it was. Is like I wanted to live long enough to see how it would play out. So I loved the mystery of D.B. Cooper for like ever. Do you know who D.B. Cooper is?
That's the I'm going to butcher. I'm going to let you describe it, but from what I remember, plane money.
Yes.
Okay.
D.B. Cooper boarded a plane.
Yeah.
Demanded money, $20,000, and then exited
on the plane.
On the plane, the plane had money on the plane.
Okay, it was a money plane.
I guess there were money planes in the 1970s. But not only that, he got on the plane, grabbed a parachute, and then this is back when. See, this is what's so crazy is like there were certain planes that had like you could activate the like planes didn't have you know how planes now have the thing that connects them right up to the door.
Oh,
those little things that come out.
The steps.
Not so they used to just all be steps that like you have to walk up the plane.
Okay, but now they have like the
nose
that that reaches out.
Yes, the nipples.
Yeah.
They have the nipples.
Yeah.
That go out, but the plane
docking station.
Yes, docking station.
Yeah.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Maybe.
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 Let's just say.
I was like, what would they call it? What would they call it in sci-fi? That was what I
dude,
did.
don't go SG1 on this.
I tried.
Stop it.
I went general sci-fi. General sci-fi.
Stop listing your rankings. If you the way that these planes are, that had a plane that had a back stair access, so the back part of the plane opened up.
Yeah.
And he said he had a bomb. Said he had a bomb. Demanded $20,000. Said he didn't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Then took the $20,000 and parachuted out over I think it was Washington or Oregon. And then disappeared. And they never. But then the thing is, he disappeared. Later, years later, they would find money sometimes washed up in Oregon and Washington, and they were like trying to connect it.
Yeah.
But then what had happened was apparently a few people had admitted, like, and that was the craziest thing. Like, people would admit on their deathbed that they were D.B. Cooper. Some people would admit that, like, they saw him, like, walking in these certain towns and he got away. But then I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, they found the identity of D.B. Cooper, that D.B. Cooper had, like, he had actually died just in the jump. Like, he had just died in the jump.
Stealing D.B. Cooper valor is wild.
Dude.
That's somebody trying to cap off a lifetime of mysterious personality.
Straight up. But that's like, if you don't know what happened with D.B. Cooper, and there's a possibility that we'll never know what happened with D.B. Cooper. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah. But that's how strong the desire to be a mysterious man is.
Definitely.
It's crazy.
Do you know how fucking sick it would be? I think about that too. Like, when I'm on my deathbed, the crazy shit I'm going to admit that I did just for fun. Just like right at the end, it's like, and I did that.
Dude, I think it's going to be a lot of me going, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Like, my family's going to be like, well, he was so stoic in life.
It was wild. As we walked out, we just kind of did this.
Yeah.
No. But my other favorite mystery, honestly, is it comes down to two, I guess, in the end. The Kecksburg acorn. I don't know if you know about the Pennsylvania Kecksburg.
Is it a giant acorn?
No. The Kecksburg acorn is a UFO crash landing that happened in the 60s. Where it
dude, my dad talks about go. My dad's a big conspiracy theorist.
Straight up.
And this is his shit.
So this is the Kecksburg acorn in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania in 1968.
So my dad graduated.
Maybe 69, maybe 70.
I think it was the way he describes it. Was he in school or out of school? Yeah, it was close to that. I mean,
so crashes in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. People from the town, they see a light in the sky and then a crash in the woods. Mm-hmm. So they go to investigate, like, what the fuck was that? Maybe it was a meteor. Mm-hmm. This is also during the space race. So they're like, maybe fucking a rocket blew up, or maybe something crashed landed. Maybe it's the Soviets. Nobody knows what's going on. So these townspeople go into the woods, and then what they see is a what looks like a brass, what they describe as an acorn-shaped craft. Okay. Glowing in the middle of the woods with indecipherable text and writing around the bottom of the acorn. So they...
Like runes?
Kind of like runes, but some had described it as... One person said that it looked like a swastika insignia.
Sick.
So... I want to say maybe an hour or two after this thing happens, the entire town of Kecksburg is flooded with not just police, but like the National Guard. Mm-hmm. As if to say, like, well, if it happened, like, yeah, sure, the police are going to show up. But Kecksburg was nowhere near like this much military presence, this thing. They were like roping off the town. They were telling people to go back in their houses. And this is when they were also saying you didn't see anything. Yeah. This was like kind of like Men in Black being like, you didn't. Whatever you think you saw, you didn't see. And they were trying to describe it as like, oh, no, it was just like, debris from this. And they're like, no, man, it was glowing and hovering up. People described it as having like a silver pool underneath it and hovering off the ground. There are so many eyewitnesses to this. But the plot kind of thickens in the way that the Kecksburg acorn, it was taken away by these government officials. And it wasn't until years and years later where De Glocke information about Die Glocke got released.
Well, I don't know Die Glocke.
Die Glocke,
Okay.
during the Second World War, Hitler was obsessed with the cult and alternate aviation, alternate vehicles.
Yeah, he was like the bell. Yeah.
The Glocke, the bell. So
that's the bell? Okay,
he
gotcha.
developed this, allegedly, because it's gone.
Yeah.
He developed this anti-gravity mechanism called Die Glocke, which was the bell, that apparently had a mechanism inside of it that could levitate, and it started in a almost like centrifuge chamber. Again, this is all alleged, but it is documented, which who the fuck knows. But apparently inside this centrifuge chamber, the Glocke started spinning, emitting light, and then disappeared. Some people believe that the UFO in Kecksburg is not a UFO. It was actually a time-traveling. They think it may have been Die Glocke traveling through time and ending up in, weirdly enough, Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, but just going through a wormhole.
It sounds German, Kecksburg.
Kecksburg.
Yeah. Wormhole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's no, we don't know where the Glocke is. There, like, if you try to find out any information about it, it's very hush-hush.
Yeah. That's crazy. There's a guy that I follow on Instagram. His handle is The Improbable Dreamer. And I mean,
that's mysterious.
He talks about ancient mysteries.
Yeah.
The ancient mud flood and like the history, the lost history of the world, basically.
Yeah.
And he talks about how bells were used for more than just alert. Like there's some sort of mechanical application or electrical application.
So from what I know about bells, so it comes down to like how part of bells go into how like the pyramids were built, because they think that like sound was used to move the gigantic blocks.
Yeah, harmonic resonance, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. But they think that gigantic bells were used to do that.
And so then all the bells from antiquity, all the giant bells from antiquity were destroyed for the most part. There's some left over.
Sure.
But they don't get rung anymore. But his whole thing is like there's something to bells. Like bells were too much a part of our history to be just for ambient sound.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, so another guy I follow is the Y. You watch the Y-Files, right?
Yeah, every night with that stupid fish.
Stupid Hecklefish?
Dude, I hate Hecklefish.
I'm Hecklefish. What are you talking about?
I hate Hecklefish.
You're whatever the white guy's name is, and I'm Hecklefish.
Hecklefish.
AJ, you're AJ. I'm Hecklefish.
I fucking hate it, dude. But yeah, the Y-Files are great. Dark 5. If you, I told you about Dark 5. If you're not anybody listening, if you're not, and this is a free plug for Dark 5. If you're not watching Dark 5 fucking rules.
Okay,
they have the cat, and now they have Dark Skies. They have Dark Seas. It goes into like different things that are like very like unexplained things. They do a fucking great job with that. But yeah, besides the Kecksburg Acorn, my other is like the Sphinx is one of
everything about Egypt
it's I know it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it not interesting as fuck.
It's interesting.
Like that I think is crazy
because it involves like anytime you can put the word sacred in front of another word and it just flows, I'm in. Like sacred geometry.
Oh yeah,
goodness gracious, I don't understand any of it, but give me more.
You know what I also like? Forbidden architecture,
dude.
What a fucking sick title.
You almost can't do forbidden architecture without sacred geometry.
What is that? Yeah, you need. You need it.
You just need it.
You need inexplicable mathematics. It's like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So, all right. So, I feel like we're cooking pretty good here.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're pretty close to the end. We can start giving out some of these awards.
Oh,
this week we are giving out the awards ourselves.
Phenomenal.
I wanted to feel what it was like to give it out ourselves one time, and I do have some nominations for the awards. And not to get all weird and sentimental, but for the first award, I want to give out the Advanced Laundry Award. I got to give it out to the man, Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yo, CK has to get the Advanced Laundry Award. First of all, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk.
You know what? I do feel remiss about what happened.
Dude, I don't have to agree with anybody because, like,
Sure.
I don't think I'm smart enough to hold a solid opinion anyway. So
That's kind of how I feel about it.
right, so
That's kinda how I feel about it.
I don't need to agree with somebody to recognize. Dude, Charlie Kirk was about to. We were watching in real time the formation of a great man, and we don't get to see it play out now.
Yeah, I think here's what I will say is like I'm a very big First Amendment dude.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody should be allowed to say whatever I think that is part of what makes everything great. Whether you disagree or agree with it. Like do I think that what happened, like, look, I've been in situations where I've argued with somebody, debated with somebody, like, you know what, man, I would love to I wish something terrible would happen to you. Or I'd love to punch you in the fucking mouth.
I wish an Acme anvil would fall
Straight
right
up.
on your head.
But the fact of the matter is, in the end, it's like, I just don't care. Like, you could, I just don't get it.
But
understand.
It's always, anytime I feel that way, it's because I cannot articulate my position enough to counter the points that you're giving. And it's not to say that I'm wrong in that moment. It's not necessarily that I'm wrong.
I just don't have the words.
I'm not smart enough to be in this part of the conversation.
And that's why I would just be like, yeah, whatever, dude. I don't give a shit.
Now is the part of the conversation where I rip your face off. Yes, I will admit that's a very good point. Give me that face.
It is a wild thing.
Yeah, and I'll say this, and I follow that world a lot.
Yeah,
I'm big into public speaking. I'm big into debate. I love the discourse that all these different guys are having. Some of them I can't follow because they're just trying to be too inflammatory.
Yeah,
Charlie Kirk was somebody that was actually trying to have good faith debates. I'm going to say this. This is going to be controversial. People are going to hate hearing this. He is going to become the white Martin Luther King.
Oh, well, he's already a martyr.
He's a martyr.
He's already a martyr.
Because, Martin Luther King Jr., in his time, he was considered a disruptor. There were a lot of people that, the same way like the haters and the trolls are saying Charlie Kirk deserved it, people were saying the same thing about Martin Luther King Jr. when he died, because he was about peaceful protest and not about like having all the protection that you would think he needed. And then it's like, peaceful this, so now, dude, Charlie Kirk's going to be in history books alongside Martin Luther King Jr., and I think this is going to piss a lot of people off, me included. I think Charlie Kirk...
Better dancer?
Dude, his answer, Charlie Kirk is going to be the reason the country comes together more. He's going to bring the country together. His death is going to bring the country together more than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s death.
So I didn't say answer. I said dancer. He's a better dancer than Martin Luther King.
Ironically, Charlie Kirk was a good dancer. Dude, he was the next great man.
He was pretty good.
Dude, he could cut a little rug. It's crazy.
Yes.
Dude, not only is he a good dancer, when you're looking at it, you're like, this shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, man.
Like, why does he get he's 6'5", he's like, he's good looking, he's super articulate.
The motherfucker could moonwalk.
But you're like, at least he can't dance.
No.
Do you know? At least his gangly 6'5" whiteness will keep him from being able to break it down. No, not even that.
He could stand on his toes like Michael Jackson. And he also would leave very mysteriously. He would do it once.
Yes.
And then he just moonwalk the fuck out of it.
That is the only part about it that doesn't make me sad, is when I think of, like, as a man, when I see another man that has it all, it has to be stopped.
Yeah. Well, it was.
Unfortunately,
here's what I'm going to say. I just don't get. Look, there's things that Charlie Kirk said that I do disagree with, like blatantly.
Yeah,
but I also understand he's provoking thought or what have you. It's just killing the dude. You're twisting a knife into a turning point that is going to, like, I don't think it's going to.
You just plug his company.
What?
His brand was called Turning Point.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking.
Yeah. It's like, dude,
I didn't know that.
He got you.
Damn,
he just got you.
I've been Kirk,
and that's why he got the Advanced Laundry Award.
Yeah, all right. I didn't even know I was
because
Kirk, dude.
He was still and so he would constantly be asked, about guns, and he firmly believed that like some people being murdered doesn't disqualify
The Second Amendment.
The Second Amendment.
Yeah.
And he stands by that no matter what, even if it was himself. And for that reason alone, he gets the Advanced Laundry Award.
I will say too, whether or not you agree. Again, I agree with Charlie Kirk being assassinated. No, I do. I
Absolutely
don't.
not.
Because I don't think you should be killed for speaking your mind. I don't think you should
For
be killed for saying what you want.
Because
I do not think that.
There would only be women left because women would start murdering
It would be
dudes
fucking wild.
left and right.
But I also do find it isn't without irony. It isn't without irony that he was speaking about mass shootings right before he was killed.
But that
I find it amazing.
I will say that I won't call that irony because the shooter gets to decide when he pulls the trigger.
Sure.
So that's not. It would be irony if bullets worked like cartoon bullets.
Did you see the shooter though?
I did see the shooter.
I don't think he was. I think he was like crap.
No. So because I watched Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
That person had done. He came to another Charlie Kirk event and he debated Charlie Kirk publicly, and he got destroyed.
Oh no! That's not the person. That's not the person. I thought because that it came out. That isn't the person. The person who said that was
that wasn't Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler Robbins. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think the person you were seeing was not Tyler Robbins. That was another fucking dude.
Okay.
That was what was so crazy about it. Is like it was some guy who was going by Sky something or else.
Yeah, but I will say
it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter. But these people, like these people that are doing these assassinations and stuff or murders, they're trying to make multiple layered points. That's why they write things on their bullets. That's why they write things on their guns.
Did you see the one that he wrote?
No. I didn't want to know it at the point when the information was available because I was kind of angry.
Yeah.
And I didn't want my anger to be placed on any side.
Sure. And again, I get, writing, scribing on bullet casings to drive your message. But, right, left, wrong, right.
Yeah.
He did write on a bullet casing, if you read this, you're gay.
Well, that guy gets a high five.
There were some like he's a fascist and all this other stuff, but then he did like if you read this you're gay. It's like that.
It's secret high five.
There was one guy picking up like damn it.
Yo, he gets a sacred high five.
He was probably like shots fired. Yeah. That's fucked up. But yes,
or forbidden high five.
Yeah,
sacred or forbidden high five. The forbidden five.
Forbidden five.
Yeah, he gets the forbidden five. But yeah, I don't think that it. I think that these people are always I think he was like, for example, the easiest way to shoot somebody is center mass. The same way with when they attempted to assassinate Trump, they went for a headshot.
Yeah,
it's to humiliate the person they're assassinating publicly.
Sure. And
I think the timing of it was, I think it was purposeful. I think
maybe, yeah. I'm just saying either way, whether it was purposeful or not,
yeah.
It's still the last words coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And that is like, wow, that's crazy. You're like, let me tell you something about mass shit. Damn.
But he also stood by what he believed to his death.
There's no taking that away from
it. You can't.
So
and that's again the first World War Fun Advanced Laundry Award goes to Charlie Kirk, both ironically and unironically.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I think you're going to enjoy this. For our first ever I'm a Fighter Pilot Award.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And we can start doing these sporadic. They don't have to come at the end of the episode.
Sure.
We can find
But this is ceremonious.
Yeah, this is ceremonious. So when the Patreon's picking them, they'll get displayed front and prominent.
Gotcha.
Right? So the first I'm a Fighter Pilot Award goes to a homegirl of ours, Josie Marcelino.
Oh, yeah?
For that debate she did.
Yeah.
Because she knew she was outmatched. She knew she wasn't going to be able to win the debate.
So I had she was on the end, and I it's not that I read her the riot act, but I did say like, she was like, yeah, I knew I was unprepared, and then like I smoked a bunch of weed, and like I'm like, so you did nothing to prepare for this?
Yeah,
like you knew you were outnumbered, knew you were outmatched.
If she prepared and didn't smoke weed, she was outmatched.
Yeah. Oh, she was definitely outgunned.
Yeah, but that's like she has a quality about her that I love. Like she puts herself out there.
Sure.
She takes chances. She travels the world by herself.
Self-admitted she can't back down from a challenge.
Dude, I'm a fighter. That's I'm a fighter pilot energy. If I've ever seen it.
And in some ways, she also sounded retarded.
She did. She did.
In most ways, she also sounded retarded on that debate.
Ansley refused to watch it.
I didn't even. I only saw clips, and the clips that I did see, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Because Josie did, when I was still doing Chakra Poppers, Josie did Chakra Poppers, and Ansley kind of like loved her. She loved her, and she loved what she kind of stood for. And so when I was like, she came in, and I was like I had a long face watching this thing, and I'm just like, she's like, what are you watching? And I'm like, well, Josie's doing this debate with this like world-class debater, and it's not going well.
Nope.
And she's like, how long has it been going? I'm like, this is like 2 minutes in. It's like 2 minutes in. She's getting crushed into a pulp. But damn it. But she stuck with it, man.
Yeah, she went through it all the way.
The only criticism I have for her, she let him bully her out of staying silly.
Yeah, well, that was another thing too. I kind of, when she told me she was going to do that, I was like, this guy, he's not like, there's no room for goofing with this fucking
I've seen other people stick with their goofing with him, and you're going to take a lot of insults.
Was it men or women?
Both.
It was really okay, because I knew maybe with dudes he'd give a little bit more leeway with the goofing.
No, way more leeway with the women.
With the women.
Dude, he is intolerant to male goofing. During debate.
What a wild thing.
He's intolerant to male goofing.
I would be like, turn up the goof, dude.
But his whole thing is like, listen, you can start insulting me. I'm going to insult you back. So we can have it be an insulting debate, or we can have it be a non-insulting debate. Sure. And she posited like a little joke up front, like something about him. Like I forget what it was, like a jerk off or whatever.
Sure.
And he was like, all right, if you want to do that, we can do that. But I don't think you want to do that because obviously you're addicted to the fork still. So and then she let that stop her from staying on her course.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing. I was just like, this next time, stay the course. Yeah. Like you couldn't.
Don't fall into the goof traps.
She fell into the goof trap.
Oh, she definitely got goofed.
Yeah, she got
trapped.
She got goofed. She got degoofed.
She got degoofed.
Yeah.
And it's, but, she stuck with it.
Yeah.
She's a fighter pilot.
Yeah, she's a fighter. Dude, there were multiple times when I was watching, I was like, oh, she's being a fighter pilot. She's being a fighter pilot.
I don't like this.
I don't like this. I hate this.
Yeah. Phenomenal. Those are two great nominations.
Yeah.
Two great winners of the Advantage to the Laundry and I'm a Fighter Pilot Award. And next week, the
Patreon will be picking the awards from this point forth.
Phenomenal.
And this was their once a month topic pick.
Yeah.
And we got some Patreon stuff that we can also do for them as well. But from this point forward, all the Advanced Laundry Awards, all the I'm a Fighter Pilot Awards are going to be nominated and picked by the Patreon. So get on the Patreon.
Yes, get on the Patreon.
Be part of that.
Get part of the community. You get a bonus episode. You get secret unreleased episodes. And it's all for just $3. $3. It's going to be amazing. You're going to be picking who's a fighter pilot, who deserves that award, who's advancing in the laundry, who deserves that award. It will be a phenomenal
And you got to recap this episode real quick.
Oh, yes, we definitely did it.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
We definitely declared war on your mom slobbing and Rob's knob. We definitely.
Which Rob did she slob? Which Rob's knob did she slob?
I don't know. Just from the background. And we declared war on whether or not it is mysterious to catch an arrow and or to train to do something mysterious or to just be mysterious. I think it's more mysterious to just be mysterious with no training, but it doesn't mean I don't appreciate the training. I don't not appreciate that. And we also declared war on the forbidden geometry.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? No. It was what geometry?
Oh, sacred.
Sacred geometry and forbidden architecture.
Yeah.
We definitely declared war on that.
Yeah, all under the umbrella of mysteries.
All new, bro.
We did it.
We definitely did it. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this amazing episode. And again, join the Patreon. Get on it. Just $3. We're going to be throwing out a new episode every Sunday. Sidney Gantt, thank you so much.
Let's go.
I've been Ryan Shannon. This has been World War Fun. We will see you next Sunday.